This is the W2 Report with Sanji Himura. Here's Sanji.
Hello everyone and welcome to another exciting episode of the W2 Report. I'm your host Sanji Himura. Today, we take a look at Visa and Steam again. But before we proceed any further, let's go over the ground rules with Lord Crocker Squirrel.
Rule 1, be not the dick. Rule 2, if you are having questions about whether or not you are allowed to be the dick, please refer to rule number 1. Sanji will list the will list a few of just a handful of the things that we consider dickish behavior. Carry on.
All right. Before we proceed any further, we have a couple of announcements to take care of.
I'll let you tell them what dickish behavior sounds like.
Man.
Like I just told them.
I have no idea, but we will disavow any knowledge of your existence if you are being a dick.
Yes, do not contact / troll people that we're talking about, because that's just considered fucking rude. Don't be obnoxious to people in the chat, and don't send hooded goblins all over everywhere, trying to make sure that nobody gets a look.
All right. But before we hit our announcements, let's introduce our third man in the ring, Mr. Lindgren.
All right, everybody. When you call Visa or MasterCard, please be nice. Kindness actually will set them off enough as it is already.
Yes. There's two instances where you need to be unfailingly polite. One, when you're in the when you are in the customer service role, and you want the angry idiot to go away. Your bosses will love you, and he won't call you, and he will not call back because you raised his blood pressure far too high. 2, if you are the angry person and are unfailingly polite, the guy on the other end will wonder what crack you're smoking, why you're smoking it, and where you might have achieved it, so that he, she, or it knows where to avoid such things. Followed immediately by being paranoid that you are up to something that is going to get them personally smacked in the face.
Oh.
I'm
and
not
if you're
legally
both
allowed.
unfailingly polite at each other, then that's where your boss where your bosses or supervisors will be very entertained, and they like being entertained.
Before we proceed any further, let's go over a couple of editorial announcements. First off, we are dual streaming live on YouTube and Twitch this week. This is just an experimental thing, so that way we know where the viewers are going. And second,
whether or not we can actually keep it up.
Oh, we can keep it up. It's just a matter of, are they putting out?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Second of all, we have the W2 Report Live coming up in February of this year. Next year. I'm sorry.
February this year is already passed, Sanji. Get with the program.
Yes, I should get with the bloody program.
Well, whether you want to be or not, you are not Arnold Schwarzenegger and being entirely dim.
I cannot disclose the location of Vermin Supreme's time-traveling pony. For legal reasons, I did not steal it from him.
I am not entirely sure where that was going.
I know
anyway,
where it was going.
We are going to be live at the Washington State Gaming Expo next year. Hopefully, we will perform live for you with the Washington Chronicles. we still have to discuss a possible theme for the show, but all three of us are planning on being there. So get with us in the future for future updates on the show, and we will. And
I know
we
somebody's
will
paying for tickets.
Yes. Yes, I will be paying the tickets if we don't get approved.
And then we'll sit. Then we'll go out. Then we'll go out in the middle of the fairground and just talk there.
Yes, that is a possibility. All right. Before we proceed any further, let's go over a background. In July, right before we were going to perform live at Anime North Texas, we received word that Valve banned upwards of 200 video games from Steam. Not because they wanted to, but because they bloody had to. Now, the reason for that is that Visa and MasterCard, two payment processors, hence the meme, wanted those games gone.
And thus Visa and MasterCard contacted the people that are taking services from them and said, if you let this shit happen while you're wearing the mark, we won't help. We will not be of any help to you. In fact, we'll cut you off completely because fuck you.
Now, we kind of went through the grapevine, and we also heard that gamers were being denied early access for their adult games.
Yep.
While others, like this fellow right here, were getting cut off completely because they made an adult video game.
That's right, folks. All the fuckery.
Yes. But do you know? But do you know why those people are starting to get cut off from banking services?
The Online Safety Act from the UK.
Well, that's part of the reason.
That and Visa's nebulous brand risk clause.
Actually, both Visa and MasterCard have this one, and they did not define what could be considered brand risk.
Yeah.
Yes, it's basically.
I don't like that guy, so helping him giving him access to our networks is a risk to the brand.
Yeah, including these exact activities and up to whatever we feel like.
Yes, actually.
Everybody thought that everybody was thinking that executive order from Trump would have fixed that. It's not going to. It was expected to, and it's not the first time that there's been this isn't the first time there's been a gesture like that. There are some teeth in that particular executive order, but not the sort of teeth that we need that we would want or need as gamers.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that the Secretary of the Treasury has a 6-month deadline to get an act together to pass through Congress. Which
the Secretary of Treasury doesn't has given a compliance deadline of 6 months. There's a difference.
Right.
Now, if they want to, they have until October of 28 to get something through Congress. In theory, realistically, they only have until January of 27.
Right.
1st of January 2027, new Congresses are inserted, and if by some chance, as has been the norm for the last 35, 36 years, yeah, the House usually turns to the opposite side at that in the midterms of any given presidency, and let the deadlock begin. Right
Yes.
now, there is a Republican bloc in the Senate, in both House and Senate, that could get this done, assuming, of course, that 90% of the Republicans are in fact rhinos, Republicans in name only.
Yes. Now, come to find out, there was a reason why Visa started to aggressively pursue video games and video game developers and what have you. Now, according to LinkedIn, of all places, we have Avery Brody, who is a severe globalist. I'll frame it that way.
Severe or sincere, or severely sincere? Be more
Severe.
clear.
Severe.
That's right, so it's you obfuscation.
Yes. Now, he wrote a post about a week and a half ago saying, gaming is no longer just play. It's culture, community, and commerce. Gen Z and Gen Alpha spend more time gaming than on any other media. At Visa, our mission is to uplift everyone.
You know
everywhere.
what? That's because they're sick of the rest of the mediums. They are Gen Z, Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, even the millennials. They're absolutely sick to death of most of the rest of the media that exists. There's been nothing but slop out of Hollywood for God's 10 years now. More,
and now
actually.
Visa wants to ruin it for the rest of us.
Yes, absolutely. But you won't come up with that information unless you actually look at the fine print down between the lines.
Yeah, Visa is essentially adopting Larry Fink's enforced behaviors tactic, minus the subtlety of Larry Fink.
Yeah, I know, right? And
Yeah.
it gets worse because it's when you really do a deep dive into this thing. This is, hey gamers, we're gonna lend you a paw. This is fucking war, bitch.
Yeah, we know better than
It's a
you do.
declaration of war and nothing less than. We're hiring somebody at $250,000 a year to dictate what gaming can be.
Yes, which is propaganda slop, as seen last week. Now Visa actually had a job listing on LinkedIn.
This is their declaration of war.
Yes, they want to hire somebody as director of global gaming partnerships. Smash JT originally had this up in images, but I found the source material that he screenshotted it from.
Sweet.
Always cite your sources.
That's right, folks. We have receipts. Unlike some people.
Yes. Visa is a world leader in payments and technology with over 259 billion payments transactions flowing safely between customers, merchants, and financial institutions and government entities in more than 200 countries and territories each year. Our mission is to connect the world through innovative, convenient, relatable, and secure payments network, enabling individuals, businesses, and economies to thrive while driven by a common purpose to uplift everyone everywhere by being the best way to pay, and be paid. Well, if you fucking cut off Steam from selling adult games like they're legally allowed to, make an impact with a purpose-driven industry leader.
Yeah, no.
No. Because this isn't about uplifting everyone. It's about fucking control.
It is. It's absolutely, well, it's actually been about control since day one. That's not the issue. Because this sort of shit has been happening for decades now.
Right.
But there have always that they've never, but usually they do it in small, quiet ways, rather subtle things. This is probably the first time that I can think of where they've foregone the scalpel and decided
went with a sledgehammer instead.
They were going to do surgery with a car crusher.
Oh my god.
Actually, no. That's me being overly nice. It's more like doing microsurgery with the Sarbama. Okay. It is what they're trying
Or
to
the
do
atomic
is
bomb.
a whole section, an entire. If they manage to succeed in chewing through, in destroying adult games in this respect, forcing us to go elsewhere if we want such things, then this is your canary in the coal mine. This is your warning, and it's the only one you're going to get.
Yeah,
Yes.
Stephen Wright said, I made the mistake of parking in a tow-away zone. When I got back, the entire section was gone.
So yeah, you want to be well aware of what they're up to and why. Because if they manage to exert enough control to clear out adult gaming in the West, because they're never going to quite get it in the East. There's other ways to do that.
Right.
And don't get me started
it's
on the
already
UK.
being crippled. Oh, gaming in the East has been crippled definitely too by payment processors.
But not their homegrown ones. Visa and MasterCard
Yeah.
can do that all they want in places like, I don't know, Japan. And the Japanese have other options. We don't.
Yeah.
At least not so much. Not everybody takes Discover, for example. But on the backside of that, if Visa and MasterCard decide to reach out to a particular individual and say, you can't have that anymore, they tell all their payment processors don't do anything with this person. That's their entire ability
To make
or
money.
It's actually most of their ability to even engage with the economy at large, like any of it.
Yeah. I can't help but think that if they manage to stop adult games from being sold, I can't help but think that to protect children even more, they're going to stop sale of alcohol.
Oh, I'd love to see them try that again. Holy shit,
Yeah.
that won't work. We already know that won't work.
But they'd still try.
They'll
Okay.
just be more brazen about it.
Yeah.
They were absolutely brazen about it the first time. What did we get? We got the Mafia.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. Drive the adult games underground. Then start working over. Then they're going to start working over the rest of it. I said canary in a coal mine, and I said it for a reason. Okay, if these people are allowed to attain the amount of power that they want for this, or that they're going to require, if we let them have that power, then
They'll take it.
They'll never
not
stop.
only will they take it, but they'll take away. But next, they'll take away the violent video games, and and the puzzle games that require more than 2 button clicks to move forward, and eventually video games are just going to vanish.
No, they'll stop at Roblox because that game is perfectly safe for children.
Oh, absolutely. No, I would take.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I'd take out if I was going to do something like that. I'd have taken Roblox down first because there is absolutely 150% illegal shit going on there.
No,
Yeah.
but that's all in the background. Roblox itself isn't a direct brand risk to Visa and MasterCard.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, so it's
Considering
perfectly
that people
child
can pay
friendly.
money to go prey on children.
And they're perfectly fine with cuties there too. While we're at it, but that's
Oh.
a movie.
Well, Netflix at least was consistent with that. It's like, hey, we're leaving cuties on, and we're also leaving Dave Chappelle in here because freedom of speech, and we mean it.
The freedom to let you hate some dude. Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't give. See, that was something I actually half applauded them for. Okay,
Yeah.
so Cuties was just gross, and Dave Chappelle, well, he's got his own issues.
He was funny.
I don't necessarily like anything, everything, or even anything he's got to say. You know what? I will absolutely defend to the death his right to say that shit. I don't care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he got trawled over the primary story for that particular act, about a transgender woman, who in which shit got so bad for her, she just did it. She did herself in. She got up on stage to headline for Chappelle, and she was out there like an hour or an hour and a half and just reeked up the place.
Now- Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm going to recommend, if you can, to actually watch that Dave Chappelle show. I've seen it. And he's got some interesting lessons going on in there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I found it particularly funny. There were funny bits, but hey, in comedy, if you're not making somebody at least mildly uncomfortable, then you're doing something.
Yeah, and then you're doing something wrong. Yes, you are absolutely right.
Okay? Because comedy by its nature is irreverent, and for the best comedians, Carlin, Williams, Chappelle, oftentimes, nothing is sacred. Nothing.
I don't know. I still
I
gotta
approve.
refer back to Stephen Wright on that one. I'm not entirely certain who all he made uncomfortable. And he was hilarious.
So was Sam Kinison sometimes.
Yeah.
There was one album of his that I actually put my hands on, one of his later ones, in the 1990s. Some stupid twats down in the audience said, "Take off your clothes," and you could hear him look over at these people, stare down, angry eyes, the whole thing. Say, "The last thing you two bitches want is my complete. The last thing you want is my complete and undivided attention, you moron bitches." Whereupon those girls shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, that was the funniest part of the whole act.
Yeah, to bring this back to the payment processors, though, it's like
Yeah,
if we give MasterCard and Visa this inch, they'll never stop taking entire nautical miles.
Hell, you give them the inch, they'll take the next 4 trillion light years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we can't even confirm that there are that the universe itself is 4 trillion light years across.
They are the 1984. They are a 1984 government that is actively trying to happen.
And they're not even being quiet. They're not even being subtle about it anymore. Fuck that.
No, they're not.
And while subtlety has been a strength of Visa and MasterCard both in the past, now they've decided it's just time to throw the mask off and say, okay, y'all, you people over there, yeah, y'all fuck. You're done.
Yeah.
Get bent. Okay. I have a magic device from the MasterCard. And I have gone to the trouble of using it as little as possible. Which generally means that I'm not buying nearly as much as I was before. But I'm not gonna carry a credit card from either of them. Which means in the UK, I'm not allowed to buy porn. Or even possess porn. Because they can't prove that I'm over the age of 18. I am. 18 was 35 fracking years ago. And if any of you are, and if it amuses any of you, you're welcome to do the math.
Yeah. Now,
Or what that are you looking on?
What?
this is LinkedIn.
But that's LinkedIn.
Yes, for the Visa gaming head position.
Yes. So the thing is if someone the likes of me were to try to apply for that job, I'd be shot down without a second thought.
Well, because you're accused of wrong think every 5 to 10 seconds.
What? Dude, that's a slow day for me. Shit. I don't think I've had an entire day of right think in half a century or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be rejected because I find physical abuse to be stressful. And that's why they'd cut me out.
Yeah. Well, if they think you're a pile of stress, they've not met my wife.
No, if you're not a willing slave, then yeah, you gotta go. Same thing happened to Walmart. I got pre-rejected. I couldn't even make it to the application part.
Oh, jeez. Holy shit. Dude, there exists some plasma grenades that aren't that bad.
Now, why am I bringing this bad boy up?
Yes. Global Online Safety Regulation Network. That is never a good sound.
And
My little
everything
brain
ties into the United Nations.
And here's a good one for you. Global online safety regulators. There should not be such a beast. We should have parents actually parenting fucking children. You brought them into this world. It is your job to make sure that they have enough room to make mistakes, but not enough room to hang themselves.
Right.
Making mistakes is one thing. Letting them turn themselves into little obnoxious heathens is a difference. Okay, that's a bad word. I shouldn't use the word heathens. But
so you have to be gender acceptant.
No. Actually, heathens can also refer to atheists or people that don't believe in whatever version of the religion that you happen to like.
Right.
Me, I don't prefer any of them. They can all piss off.
I just use I just use heathens for Chick-fil-A protesters.
When was the last Chick-fil-A protest? I don't even know anymore. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
They protested Chick-fil-A for a while, and then they stopped out of nowhere. Still can't figure out how that works. These people just decided they were going to say fuck it and stop buying from it.
Well, if
And
they had just
Chick-fil-A
protested for a couple more months, Chick-fil-A would have become #1 in sales.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the protests went on. Dude looked at the balance sheet, saw a rise, and said, "Okay, fuck it, whatever."
Yeah.
Hell, that was about the time I started seeing bottles of Chick-fil-A sauces at my Walmart,
Yeah.
and then at my local Safeway, which says, "Yes, I'm actually from the leftist coast." I keep telling people that they don't seem to get that. So, yeah, no. How's that working out for you guys? Seriously, because the Chick-fil-A sauces are actually pretty tasty in my mind.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the cultural insensitivity that just adds that special tang.
Now, shoot.
It's like there's a pair of Supreme Court decisions in the last about 10, 15 years that have happened. There's 3 of them that I want to highlight. Number 1 was the thing that, okay, if this is legal, then so is gay marriage. Okay, cool. Knock yourselves out, please, by all means. You have the you have the right to be permitted recognition of marriage status in the United States. I'm completely okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Completely okay. But then I was also a fan of the Bruin decision and the vacating of Roe v. Wade. Because if you don't like you don't like the rules in your state, vote for somebody else. Hi, that's a thing.
You know what else is the
do
thing?
That thing. What?
You know what else is the thing? Doing all the YouTube-y things.
Like, comment, subscribe, share with everybody, whether you know them or not. All the social media, all the things. Just do it. Do it now.
Because only you can help grow the W2 Report.
And or the Lord Crocus Squirrel channel.
Alright.
Our buddy Len doesn't have a YouTube channel, or we'd chill him too.
Oh, well, I do have a YouTube channel, but I'm going to have to put something on it again before I can shill it.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? You know what's about to happen? We're about to sign off for the day.
If I may, for just a moment, Mr. Sanjin.
Go ahead.
Join us tomorrow on the Lord Crocus Squirrel channel, because what we have for a game will have everything to do with Thursday's topic, and you should probably be paying attention.
Oh yes, Thursday we are going to be talking Silk Song as our little preview of the week. But I'd like to thank everybody for watching this live stream, and those who are watching it via Replay Gang.
Replay Crew. You were adorable.
Replay Crew.
Absolutely adorable.
Yes. I'd like to thank everybody for watching today. And beware, the tax man cometh.
Hello, folks. This is Morgan Freeman. This concludes our broadcast day. I'm Morgan Freeman. Good night.